Hey, tubies! Hi, this is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with all of you. Well, I tell you, you guys have been so awesome. Thank you for all the support. You've been coming out to all my videos this week. And gosh, what a week we've had. I tell you, we had our seance, we had some magic spells, we had yesterday about the Ouija board. If you didn't see yesterday's video, go check that out. That's about the Ouija board. You don't want to miss that. Wonderful, wonderful video. Well, I know I told you guys we're going to do another Psychic Bob spirit spells today, but I forgot yesterday when I was making that video that it's Tuesday. And you know Tuesday is Messages from the Spirit World Day. So here we are, it's Tuesday, and we're going to look at all your questions. For those of you who are new here, I am a full-time professional psychic medium. I do readings all day long, and I love what I do. And I come here to YouTube to do readings for all of you. And my readings here are free. There's no charge for Messages from the Spirit World. I will not, accept payment for it. I do this as my form of public outreach to help those of you who would like a reading. And some of you, have gone on and bought personal readings. And some of you, said, well, Bob, I can't buy a reading now. That's okay. Hopefully you can come here to Spirit Channel and get some nourishment. And, every month we do horoscopes as well. So you'll get a psychic snapshot at the beginning of the month. But I'm so glad all of you are here. And we're going to touch in on the spirit world today and see what they have for all of you. So before we get into the messages, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello. All right, our first letter here today is from Mr. Fripp. And Mr. Fripp writes and says, Dear Psychic Bob, can you tell me what is going on with my father and me? Our relationship seems to have changed. I think this is because of his new wife. I have strange vibes around her. Can you help me? Hi, Mr. Fripp. Right now, as I walk into the vibration around you, it's interesting. I get a lot of energy shifts here. And I'm picking up the energy of your father and his wife. And I got to tell you, what I'm getting energetically around this is I do feel that your father's energy has shifted. And what's happening is right now he's in love, okay? And when people are in love, their whole aura changes and their focus changes. And, I don't think your father wants to exclude you or be hostile or push you out. But I think he's a little bit in the tunnel vision right now. Not to worry, I do see balance coming back between you guys, and I feel it's probably about 2 more months. So as we get into like February, beginning of February time frame, that's where I feel things are going to start to balance here. Now, interestingly, when I step into the vibration around your stepmother, the energy I get around her is one of a lot of anxiety. What I pick up is that she has a lot of fear right now. She's fearful of fitting into the family. And even though everybody's trying to be nice and accept her, I feel that she doesn't feel secure yet in her position. And so the strange vibe that you're picking up is her fear. She's trying to be very nice to you, and you're saying, well, gee, she's trying, but why does it feel off? Excuse me. It feels off because she's not secure within herself. I do feel with her it's going to be a few more months as well. But as we get into that February time frame, I do pick things starting to settle down in the home, and I feel there's going to be a greater peace there. Okay. I also pick up in your vibration spirit that's coming through. I want to place this as a grandmother vibration. And I keep hearing this woman speak to me, and she says, tell him patience, tell him patience. So I feel that your grandma is stepping in to kind of bring peace to the household. The best thing you can do right now is literally pray for your father to not become too narrow in his focus, and pray for your stepmother that she'll have balance and peace. One of the things I think would be very nice for you to do is give her a present. Give her the stone hematite. Hematite is a wonderful stone. It has a grounding energy. It will help her feel more secure and more stable. And just say, oh, I got this beautiful little gemstone. I thought you'd like it. They make it in jewelry. You can give her a piece of jewelry as well. But I want you to try to reach across and give her this present of hematite. This is going to help her to find her center and her balance. And I do think things are going to get easier there for everybody. Okay? Blessings to you. Thanks, Ray. All right, our next letter is from Amy Duncan. And Amy writes and says, what about constant hardships in life? That is what is painful. Hi, Amy. Yes, you know what, hon? There are times when we experience, it seems like everything in the world is wrong. Nothing is easy. Nothing seems right. This is a time when we have to go back and understand, as hard as this is, that we actually have charted for this lifetime many of the things we go through. You might say, Psychic Bob, I didn't chart any of this craziness. Maybe you didn't chart every single element, but what you did chart was you charted to come in at this time and at this place in history and to be part of the dynamic that is going on. Now, I know for a lot of people that's going to sound crazy and they're saying, no way, I did not choose this. But really, when you go back to heaven someday, you'll understand this. Yes, you did. Now, the secret is, once you recognize that, once you say, oh my God, I did chart this, then you have the ability to start to alter that chart. See, the first part is recognizing that you actually chose some of this. Not saying everything, but there are definitely elements, even in the tough times, that we actually chose for our soul growth. And so when you say it's constant hardships, I understand that. I've had periods in my life where literally every day is like hell, and every night is like hell, and every relationship's like hell. And once I understood that I could choose to play the victim or I could play the victor. See, there are two roles, victim or victor. Victor means we see the situation and we say enough is enough. Sometimes that requires putting people out of our lives that are destructive and hurtful. Sometimes that requires making a move, like literally moving out of your home, moving across country, starting new. But you do have power to go from victim to victor once you understand that you have real spiritual power. So I want you to meditate today, Amy, on your spiritual power. Ask yourself, did I consider it at least, even if you don't believe it today? Ask yourself, could I have possibly chosen some of this struggle? And you might at first say, well, you know, it's not me, it's everybody else around me that's having the struggle, it makes my life hell. That's okay. A lot of them chose that too. Now you have to remember, we're all souls on different places of growth. Some of us are further along, some of us are further back. But the important thing is, if we can take responsibility for our part of the journey, we don't have to play victim, okay? So yes, there can be constant hardships. I hear you, and I do understand that it's painful. But we can change it, and we can go from victim to victor. But we have to recognize that we have the power now to change. And that will require, in some cases, drastic measures. If you're in an abusive relationship, let's say you've got a partner, a boyfriend who's on drugs or violent, you may have to end that. Is that scary? Is that painful? Yes. But by ending that, you're breaking a cycle of abuse and sorrow. And then you are free and you are actually more powerful. So sometimes, even though we're in pain, we may have to go through a little further pain to bring victory. But we can do it. I hope that helps. Blessings to you. Good questions. All right, our next letter is from Joanna K. Monteiro. Hi, Joanna. She writes all the way from Portugal. And she says, Dear Psychic Bob, is it true that when we find our soulmate, there is a separation of 7 years or more? I am in a soulmate connection from 6 years ago. We seem to communicate mind to mind. Are we getting prepared for a physical union? I don't understand, but I just know that it is a beautiful love that did not move forward. Hi, Joanna. Good question, son. You know, I want to put this out there. We may have a little disagreement on this. I'm not a big believer that our soulmates are one person that we're destined for forever. I do believe from the spirit world, we choose to bring people into our lives. Sometimes even before we're born, we plan in heaven for our soul growth. But I believe that within that, there are multiple options. So you say that you believe it's a soulmate. I'm not going to argue that, but I'll just say I don't want you to bypass your chance for joy thinking that there is no other option. Because when we talk about partnerships, romance, love, there can be multiple people. Sylvia Brown used to say, she was a psychic who passed away a few years ago. Sylvia Brown used to say she believed that our soulmate was on the other side while we're here. We were never together until we got back to heaven. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but I have found in many of the readings I've done that many people's soulmates are actually on the other side, or they don't get to actually marry them in this life. So when you say that you have a soulmate connection, I won't discredit that. I think it's very possible. But as for having to wait 7 years to be with them, I have not heard that. I'm not familiar with that. That does not make sense to me. But it may be something that you charted on your chart, that you would meet, there would be this space of time so you could grow. I have to tell you, in terms of you and this person, I do feel that there is a strong spiritual psychic link there. And I do feel there will be a meeting coming in 2016. It looks like as we get to around summer, July, or August of 2016, they may be ready to kind of make a move in your direction. So I would say definitely continue with this, but don't put the weight on the relationship. You know, when you tell somebody you have to be soulmates, it's a lot of pressure. Don't let there be pressure. Let the relationship be fun. So as for 7 years, I don't feel that's necessarily a truth across soulmates. No. And you said, I don't understand, but I know that it's just a beautiful love that didn't move forward. Well, I feel like around this partner that they had things in their life that have blocked them. They've been doing a lot of soul growth. And I do feel, as I said, when we get to summer, there will be a chance to meet in person and look at a possible going forward. So keep them on your radar. They're not done. You're not done with them. Hope that helps. Blessings. All right, our next letter is from Phillip E. And he says, hey, Bob, will I ever get married? And if so, to who? Yeah, let me see here. You know, Phillip, in terms of marriage, I do feel that is in your future, but I get about 3 years around that. I don't feel like it's right now. I feel it's still a few years out here. But I get a connection, interestingly, to Ireland. And I feel that the person that you connect to is Irish. I keep seeing long blonde hair here, so I think it's a girl, long blonde hair, very pretty. I keep getting an S name. It's like a kind of an Irish name, like Siobhan. Sounds like a traditional Irish name. So there is some connection to Ireland. I feel that you meet her, and it's strange. I almost feel like you're in Ireland, or you travel to Ireland, or there's some connection with Ireland. But that's what I get. It's about 3 years till a marriage for you. But I feel like you'll meet her in about 2 years, and you'll spend about a year getting to know each other. And you'll know that it's a good move for you. Okay? Hope that helps. Blessings. All right, our next letter is from Jeffrey Richard. And Jeffrey writes, it says, Dear Bob, something seems to be holding me down. I have some dreams and aspirations I want to fulfill, but seem to meet obstacles at every turn. I want to go to the UK, but can't seem to bring it to reality. Also, I've been having restless sleep this past month and intense dreams. One was of me trying to battle the devil in the basement of my church where I grew up. Are my guides trying to tell me something? Hi, Jeffrey. I have to tell you, it's interesting. I do see the conflict around you in your aura. I get a lot of pink light around you, and pink light tells me that from an energy place, you're releasing a lot of past hurts, a lot of past emotional disappointments. And I feel that as you allow that to rise and to clear out, you bring in more light. And I want you to watch here because I keep feeling as we get closer to June of 2016, this upcoming year, this is where I see major shift for you. I do feel that you will go to the United Kingdom. And I do feel that's important because I feel that is where you will make a connection that will be of a relationship type. I have to tell you, in terms of your dreams here, what that is, that's also part of the healing process. I don't believe you're under attack from the devil, but I do believe you're entering into a phase of your life where you're doing a lot of spiritual evaluations. And this is a good time to look at what you believe. Some of the beliefs of your youth may no longer serve you. And battling the devil in your basement of your church, that's very interesting because from a spiritual place, what that speaks to is, finding true spiritual peace. It's about letting go of that which oppresses you, that which binds you. And it may well be that you want to consider a new spiritual path. And it sounds like maybe you came from a Christian background, but it could be that the Christian church, as you understand it, is no longer serving you and has become the devil binding you. So it may be time to shackle free, to be shackled, remove your shackles, and let Spirit lead you in a new path. Remember, there are two paths. There's the religious path and the spiritual path. The religious path is all about rules, regulations, being good, being perfect. For some people, that's where they should go and it works. But for some of us, the path of spirit is unorthodox, doesn't follow the rules, doesn't even have rules. But yet we get to the top of the mountain still as the religious people. So it may be that you're entering into a phase, and I do believe it is so, that you're starting to discover spirituality versus religion. And that's a big transition here. So I think you're at a crossroads where as you release the past, you release the pain, you release the binds, you will come into your power. And these things that are blocking you, you will be so in harmony with spirit that you'll manifest them much easier. I do feel as we get to June, you're really in a much greater place of power. So the next few months, healing months, empowering months, growing months. Be gentle with yourself, love yourself, and don't battle the devil. Just walk away. You're free. Blessings to you. Our next sign is from Sarah Brewerty. And Sarah writes and says, I'm a first-time asker. Hello. Well, welcome to Spirit Channel. Thank you, Sarah. And she says, and I'm kind of sensitive to spirits, and I'm wondering what kind of things are around me. Well, Sarah, it is interesting you talk about your sensitivity because when I walk into your frequency, I get a lot of purple light around you. That does mean you have a connection with the spirit world. I feel that you tend to draw earthbound spirits to yourself. Now, I don't say that to scare you. Most earthbounds are not dangerous. They're just people trying to hang out on Earth because they're not sure they want to go over. But I do feel that you have a gift in working with earthbound spirits. I get around you also a little boy and a little girl. It's like a little brother and sister. They're probably about 7 years old, but they seem to be around you also in spirit. They're kind of like spirit guides, even though they're actually earthbound, but they're gentle, good souls, and they play a lot with you. So I get both of these around you. They seem to have died in the Civil War era, 1860s, but they're around you until they're ready to cross. I also pick up around you some Native American spirits, and I do feel you have a connection with Native Americans on a soul level. I think you've been around them or had a past life, so I do get that around you as well. But I want you to every day work on being attuned to the energy around you. As you're meditating, you're going to start to realize when you're feeling like you're touching in on the spirit world. So just settle down for 5 minutes every day. Let the white light go through you. That'll shield you. And then sense around you if you sense the purple light. Sometimes when you tune into your arc energy, you'll see a vision, you'll hear a voice, you might just sense a presence. This will help you to get into your power. But yeah, this is what I pick up around you. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is Stardusty 7. Stardusty writes, "Hi, Psychic Bob. I was wondering if there are any messages for me. I feel awful, like my mind won't rest and it defeats me. Will my anxiety get better?" I'm an Aquarius too, by the way. Hi, Stardusty. Yeah. You know, when I walk into your frequency, it's interesting because I do get around you. I get two levels here. One is static, like shh, you know, the old TV sets, so they used to go like staticky, or radios when they're not on the dial. Shh. That does indicate anxiety around you. Okay, so you're not imagining it, it is real. But interestingly, when I move beyond that, I get another color, which is also like the reader before, or the letter who wrote person for Sarah. You got purple around you. This indicates that you do have a connection to the spirit world. The thing is, when you have a connection to the spirit world, for some people, it escalates the nervous system, and it actually can induce anxiety. So one of the things that I'd like you to work on is literally meditating every day to settle down, settle some of that energy. As I said before, just take 5 minutes, settle down, let the light come through you, and just rest in the peace of the spirit light. I also would like you to work with the stone hematite and black tourmaline. Both of these gemstones are very grounding. They're very soothing. They'll help lower that anxiety level. I'd also like you to work with the doctor as well if you haven't already. I pick up around you a little bit of anxiety towards the edge of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and they can actually regulate that with medicine. It will help balance some of that nervous energy in the body. So if you want to, talk to your doctor about your anxiety, they have anti-anxiety medicines. And I think for you, they may want to even look at OCD just a little bit. I don't think you're extreme, but I do get OCD borderline here around you as well. So that's something I'd like you to talk to a medical doctor about because they're qualified to handle that. I do see improvement, and I do feel like, for you, it's going to be a little longer, but don't give in to fear or depression or anxiety. Work on every day asking for help. My spirit guide, Rose, she's always helping people, and I think you should call on her. If you don't know who she is, look through my videos. I do a video called Saturday Night Seance, and I channel her, and she comes through. And I would encourage you, ask Rose to help you, because she is a great person to help souls who have struggles. And I think you're going to win this. I do see you coming into balance. The thing is, as I said, you've got two levels of issues. One is just a biochemical issue, which fuels some of this, and that can be regulated. And the second is your spiritual power that is rising. So as you balance that spiritual power and you work with the biochemical element, you can achieve that balance and live with a lot less anxiety in your life and a lot more joy. Okay. I do pick up around you also a few angels here. I keep getting Archangel Uriel around you. Uriel is how the name is spelled. Uriel seems to be bringing some blessings to you. I get some financial blessings coming, and I feel like there could even be an issue around a move coming for you. It's kind of like getting into a more peaceful environment. So I want you to work with Archangel Uriel. Ask him to give you light, give you help, give you guidance, and also work with Rose, okay? You're going to get there. Let me know how it goes, okay? Please keep up with me, all right? Sending blessings to you. Thanks for writing. Well, guys, listen, that's all the time I've got for letters. I love you all. Thanks for being here. Listen, put comments in the box below. If you want to ask me a question, put it there or write me on my website, www.robert-hickman.com. Also, if you guys want to do private readings, I do charge for those, but I am available this week. I can do phone readings or in person, either way. Give me a call. My office number is 571-483-2112. Again, 571-483-2112. Give me a call. We'll get you on the schedule. Blessings to all of you. Thanks for being here. Keep it here. Like this, favorite. Share it with your friends. Be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do Psychic Bob's Spirit Spells. And next week we'll have another Messages from the Spirit World.